Hi, I'm Jim, the creator of Xtrata. Xtrata is a contract-native inscription protocol on stacks that allows developers to store rich media, application data, and digital artifacts fully on-chain. You can think of it as bringing the Ordinals model to stacks, but inside a programmable, smart contract environment. If Bitcoin is the settlement layer and Stacks is the execution layer, Xtrata is the data layer that makes rich applications possible. Today, most so-called on-chain media isn't actually on-chain. NFTs and digital assets often depend on off-chain storage like IPFS or centralized servers. If that hosting disappears, the asset can break, which makes applications fragile and limits what developers can build. Bitcoin Ordinals was an important breakthrough because it proved there is strong demand for permanent digital artifacts stored directly on-chain. It also introduced ideas like recursive inscriptions, which make it possible to build more complex on-chain compositions. However, building full applications directly on Bitcoin remains difficult. Transaction costs can be high, interactions are limited, and the base layer isn't designed for programmable logic. Xtrata builds on the spirit of Ordinals but brings these ideas into the Stacks smart contract environment, making it possible to store permanent data on-chain while also enabling programmable, composable applications around it. Xtrata solves this by providing a low-cost permanent data layer for applications built on Stacks. It allows developers to store rich media, application assets and digital artifacts fully on-chain using a contract-native inscription protocol. Content is uploaded in chunks and stored directly inside a smart contract. Those chunks can then be deterministically reconstructed into the original file or application. Because this happens inside the Stacks smart contract layer, developers can build programmable logic around that data. Xtrata also supports SIP9 NFT minting, allowing inscriptions to tie directly into familiar NFT collection flows. The result is a system where digital artifacts can live permanently on-chain and be reused recursively by other applications. Here's a quick demonstration of Xtrata in action. This is the live interface. Developers can upload content such as images, HTML, JSON, audio, video, or application assets. When a file is uploaded, it is split into chunks that are written to the Stacks blockchain through the Xtrata contract. Once the upload completes, the protocol stores the data fully on-chain and can mint an NFT representing the inscription. The asset can then be reconstructed directly from blockchain data. Because inscriptions can reference other inscriptions, developers can also build recursive structures and reusable components for larger applications. Stacks makes this possible by providing a fluid, fast and inexpensive smart contract layer secured by Bitcoin. By combining Stacks with Xtrata, developers can create applications where both the logic and the data are permanently anchored to the Bitcoin ecosystem. This also opens the door to integrating assets like SBTC and USDCX into fully on-chain application environments. Xtrata is designed as both a publishing system and a foundational infrastructure layer. It allows creators and developers to store meaningful media and application data fully on-chain. That data can then become a composable building block that other applications can reference and build upon. If Bitcoin is the settlement layer and Stacks is the execution layer, Xtrata is the data layer that makes rich applications possible. Thanks for watching.